Hey, welcome back to the second episode of the Totally Random Talk Show. And I'm sure you already know it is totally random. If you want to know why it's totally random, there's so many points and different things that people talk about today, and I just thought, why not cover them all, because, there's shows about cooking and gaming and podcasts for cooking, gaming, and all sorts of different stuff. But have you ever sat down and listened to a podcast with totally random jargon thrown at you? And that's pretty much why we're called the Totally Random Talk Shows, because I wanted to change it up a little bit and make it completely random, because everyone always makes it about something, at least, but this is just about nothing but a bunch of random things like dancing and backpacks and trophies and things like that, but one bad thing about making this show totally random is I don't quite have a genre of podcast, because it has the app I'm using for podcasting, Anchor. It has you put in like a genre for what your podcast is about, so like sports or celebrities or TV shows or things like that, but I had no idea what to put in for that, so I put in improv, because that seems like the most likely explanation for what this is, and I think that's pretty accurate as well. So yeah, because most of the points I talk about, I just pull it out of the back of my mind, and it just kind of happens. So I will also say that doing a one-person podcast is not as exciting as I thought it would be. I thought it would be a new way for getting, listeners in and making different styles of podcasting and making it better, but it really isn't any better. In fact, it's worse, because I love talking to people, and right now I'm talking into a microphone, and it feels fake, but for you guys, I'd say it's definitely not fake. I'd just say it's interesting, because not very many people like to do one-person podcasts. Usually they have, like, special guests or something like that, which I would love to get, but, seeing as I'm not getting any money anytime soon, it's probably not gonna happen. I would love to get someone famous, like a celebrity, on here, but I don't see that happening anytime soon. Maybe one day, we'll see, I guess. But it's interesting doing a one-person podcast. It really is, because you just have to keep going, and they have to be talking the entire time, and there's no one to talk to, so it's different, and no, I really don't like it, because it's just so lonely. I'm just talking to myself, but just I'd say having a totally random talk show, it's pretty hard, because you have to maintain it with completely random ideas, and sometimes it's really hard to come up with those ideas, and sometimes it's really easy, and it's strange that way. But like, I could just get onto a topic of keys and why they're important, or the history of Legos, or why people decided that grilled cheese was good. Not saying it's bad, I love grilled cheese, but like, some people hate grilled cheese, and yeah. But I mean, it's interesting. One another thing is sometimes my mind just runs out of ideas because it's completely improv. And no, I've never taken a class on improv before, and I'm not very good at it. But I'd say that when my mind completely runs out of ideas, I just fall silent, and you guys probably just barely heard that. So yeah, I'm trying to fill my mind with ideas, but sometimes it just doesn't want any ideas, and it just wants to say nothing. But I really don't want that to happen, because I want this to be a great podcast that everyone likes to listen to, and that everyone enjoys, and because I know there's like a lot of really good podcasts out there about great things, but like, when have you ever heard about a totally random talk show before? I don't think that very many people would actually think about doing that. So I'm just hoping that people will enjoy this, because I'll tell you, I certainly do enjoy it. Like, it's really fun to maintain it, and just to like see where it goes, even if I never make any money from it. It's always good to try. But like, if you don't try, you'll never succeed at anything. And honestly, that's really true, because if I didn't try this, I wouldn't be where I am. And I mean, maybe one day I'll get a sponsor, or a famous celebrity on the podcast or something, and I hope it'll happen someday, but I'm not really sure when or how. So, I mean, like, if you think about it, the chances of becoming a football player for the NFL is like 1 in a million. It's very low. You have to be like insanely good at football to be able to even get to go to tryouts. And it's everyone's dream to be able to do that, and it's everyone's dream to become famous, or to get like really rich, or become some super awesome actor, become a music artist. And it's just hard, because like, if you think about it, like, famous people, they're really only famous because people pay attention to them, and so they wouldn't really be famous at all if we didn't pay attention to them. So, I mean, really, like, the only way that I would get famous is if a bunch of people start paying attention to the talk show, But, it's really not about that. Everyone's dream, is always to become some famous, important person in life, and it's really not about that at all, because I'm doing this for fun, for enjoyment, because I enjoy doing it, but like some people just don't, you know. I mean, I think everyone wants to be a billionaire and everyone wants to own 5 Bugattis or something like that, but the chances of that happening, it's just too low. And then you see the people that actually do have the money and they have everything, but like it just feels like they don't really enjoy their life as much as other people would do if they're just, you know, doing things they love, you know, just being happy. And so, you know, it's interesting, like, because as a kid you always say when you grow up you're gonna be a millionaire, and I said it myself too. I'm like, one day I'm gonna grow up and I'm gonna be a millionaire and it's gonna be great, and I'm gonna invite everyone to my pool and we're all just gonna hang out and have fun because, you know. And looking back, I realized that that's probably just some dream that's never gonna happen. But like, it's important to have those dreams, because like, if you don't, then you're never really gonna get anywhere in your life. So like, I'm not saying that no one's ever gonna be a millionaire or even a billionaire. That's definitely not what I'm saying. And I'm not saying that people that are famous are wasting their lives either, because, you know, most of them aren't. But what I am saying is it's important to do the thing that you love doing rather than what you hate doing, because like I didn't even know I loved podcasts until I started making them, and it's actually something I rather enjoy, you know. But you know, if you don't do something you love, then you're just not gonna end up where you want to be in life, even if that means that you'll have to give up your dreams as a millionaire, because, you know, being a millionaire isn't everything, but being happy, it really is, you know. Being happy is like the best thing in the world, believe me. So it's very interesting to just see how that works out in the world, and it's also very interesting to see how people react to it, because, you know, I go to the store and I see people that love their job, even if it's not a job they want or something they wanted to be. They're just so happy about it, you know. I went to a Wendy's and there was this guy, I feel bad, I forgot his name, it was Mike or something, but yeah, I went to a Wendy's and this guy at Wendy's, he was just so positive and happy, and he brought our food out to us, and I remember we were like, where's the straws? And he's like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, I forgot your straws. And he was like so like worried and sad because he forgot our straws. I'm like, dang, you know, because like you never really see people like that, you know, just like super happy all the time, and they're just super awesome to be around, you know. And like, I'm not saying that the people that aren't happy aren't fun to be around. I'm just saying, just do what you love doing. Like, some people just love doing everything. Some people don't love very much at all. But you know, everyone always loves something, and you know, that's why you just gotta do it, you know. So, yeah. But see, I love doing podcasting, and that's why I'm doing this right now. And I finally found a good point to talk about, even if it did just happen, you know. But you know, it's also very interesting to hear my own podcast of just me sitting here talking about what people love, you know. because it's important, like, yeah, sure, being a millionaire is all that, but like, doing things you love is like the best thing for you. So yeah, just do the things you love doing. So, and yeah, I just think that's like really important, but oh no, it's happening again. Oh man, I keep like losing my train of thought, and I just fall silent, or I have no idea what to think about. And I'm really trying to not have that happen, because I want to keep this going. And, but it's often pretty hard. So, like, that whole stretch about talking about things that, like, just doing what you love, that was great. And, I totally 100% agree with everything that I just said. But, oh my gosh, I gotta find something to talk about, obviously. But yeah, so just honestly do things you love, because you never know where you're gonna end up in your life. Like, I've been all around everywhere. I haven't been all around the world, I shouldn't say that, but I've been a lot of places in my life. And I've seen a lot of happy people, a lot of unhappy people, and I've seen enough to know that if you don't do things you love, you're not gonna end up in great places at all, and you're gonna end up hating yourself for it. So, I mean, just do things, like try things out. That's why I tried this podcast out, is because before this I was trying to get into cartooning, because I thought it'd be cool, and I'm terrible at drawing, so I thought it'd be good for me to learn how to draw things like that. And I still love it, it's still fun to draw and try to see if I can be good at it, and I'm getting a lot better. But I mean, just trying things out, seeing if you like it or not. And, I mean, that's the best thing you can do. Like, had I not tried broccoli, I would have never known if I hated it or not, because I absolutely hate broccoli. It is the worst. But I remember as a kid, I'd always take the broccoli and I'd pretend it's a tree for some reason. I mean, I had a pretty good childhood because of that. Just sitting down at dinner, and I got broccoli, and it made it a lot easier to eat because I hate broccoli. But just pretending it was something I liked, like a tree, it just made it a lot easier to eat. And I bet that sounds really weird, but when are you not weird as a kid, to be honest? But yeah, I don't know. But well, I am, I think, fresh out of ideas. I really don't know for sure, because you can always come up with more ideas. I think it's just harder for me to come up with them, because this show is just about random jargon, It's hard to come up with things like people do in a sports podcast or something. People always talk about things like that, or, like if you were talking about music for a podcast, and you were just, like, you would have so many points to talk about, like, oh, this person just came out with some new music yesterday, let's talk about that, and other things, and they just have so many more points to talk about, and that's the hard part about this podcast, is because you have to really dig deep and just find the most random bullharky you can find and talk about it. So it's gonna be interesting watching this podcast grow, because it's not gonna be like all the other podcasts that you would hear. It'll be more, I feel like it would be more like intertwined towards the audience, because everyone's lives are always so random and full of things we just don't know why they're there. So I feel like it'll be good, but I also don't know where this podcast is gonna go after that. So I guess we'll just see. But thanks for listening, guys, and hopefully the next episode will actually have 2 people, and we'll be able to talk about awesome things again. So, yeah, thanks for listening, and stay tuned for another episode. Take care, and stay random. And one last shout out to my best co-host Max for being so supportive and for helping me with this totally random talk show. So yeah, shout out to Max. If you want to find him, just search Totally Random Talk Show 2. And we have a whole special thing for totally different stuff. So yeah, just take a look at that.